In today's physical media ranking video, I go over the top 10 most regretful Blu-ray purchases I've ever made in my entire life. Collectors, beware. You don't want to get these into your shelf because they're just going to take up space. They're really one and done titles. So let's go over these right now. And as I go through my pile, definitely leave some regretful Blu-ray purchases of your own down below in the comments. And of course, mega blockbuster that like and subscribe if you love collecting physical media just like me. But let's get in the first one here. We're going to have a little bonus to go along with it too. But let's start with 2001, A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick title. I know a lot of people love this one, and it says it kind of, defined the sci-fi genre. And so many movies have borrowed from this one before. But this really is a one and done title. It's great to watch it from that historical perspective, trying to get through a Stanley Kubrick marathon. Cool, add this in there, but you don't need this one in the collection. You don't need to rewatch this for entertainment value. It's very slow paced. A lot of it's very boring. It's just not super exciting. Doesn't really keep up to today. So, I mean, yeah, it was fine for the time, but you just don't need this one in the collection. Rent it, watch it, one and done. You don't need this Blu-ray taking out space. Because how many times are you like, hey, you know what? I gotta watch 2001 again, right? No, it's not gonna happen, right? And so to combo with that there, guys, give a little bit of a combo. You definitely don't need the sequel here, 2010, okay? You don't need the sequel. If you didn't need this one, you don't need the sequel here. Just, take both of these, yeah, rent them if you must, but oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna get into that second one because ooh, yeah, the first one didn't work. What makes you think the second one would? All right, next up, we're gonna have one that I think is a pretty popular title as well. We're gonna have City Slickers, and I'm just not a big fan of this one. I know some people think this movie is hilarious. It's a great cast in here with like Billy Crystal. You got that one guy from Home Alone. But I don't really care for the comedy here. It's very just silly, spoofy almost, where it's just not that funny. I don't find myself laughing here. I do kind of like the premise where, it's kind of these, I guess, grown men kind of regaining, their like excitement through adventure and like going off and, kind of almost becoming like cowboys in the West. And that's kind of a cool idea for a story. So I actually like the story idea more than the movie being kind of like executed from a comedy standpoint. Like I said, I just don't find this humor funny. Not my humor taste, doesn't fit my personal preference. So even though, cool little story idea, messaging wise, I just cannot get with the comedy here, unfortunately. But comedy is very subjective, right? It just depends what fits your taste. All right, next up, we're going to have a Criterion title. It is Criterion sale season, so I always like to cautious people on some Criterions don't waste the money on. And Charade was a big waste of money. Now, don't turn off the video. I know you're saying this is an awesome movie. What are you thinking, Mike? I know the movie is great, but you don't need the Criterion edition. Just buy the standard Blu-ray for a lot cheaper because this doesn't have any special features in it. So why the heck do you need this one? For a thicker case to take up more space on the shelf. I mean, the artwork's fine and all, but come on, like just get the standard Blu-ray release. You're covered. Awesome story. Kind of a like wannabe Hitchcock title. Great cast in there. Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn. So movie's good. Don't need the Criterion edition. Why did I buy this one? I should have went standard Blu-ray. Made no sense. So yeah, screw Criterion's Charade. All right, next up, we're gonna have Iron Man, The Rise of Technoverse. Oh my gosh. Now, you know what? I got a lot of animated titles from superhero movies, both Marvel and DC in the collection. Some are better than others, but this is definitely probably at the bottom. I pretty much picked this one up because besides it being Marvel, you had the Punisher over there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Punisher. My favorite superhero. Gotta get this one, right? Totally forgettable, pretty darn boring. It's nothing exciting that you haven't seen before. The animation sucks. I don't know how they made a superhero movie so darn boring. I mean, this one will put you to sleep. There's just nothing valuable here if you're into the superhero genre. A lot better animated features out there. So yeah, this one was just. And like I said, I mean, I know a lot of these animated movies aren't the greatest, in the superhero genre, but this one was particularly just boring and bad. So, yeah, forget that one. Let It Be Gone. All right, next up, we're gonna have a recent one, The Royal Hotel. I bought it because it was super cheap. That's the only reason. I missed it in theaters. I'm like, oh my gosh, should I take a chance on it now? I took a chance. Wish I didn't take that chance, guys. Oh my gosh, The Royal Hotel. This is nothing. This has nothing to it. It's like you could have gone there, go get some, go but go, but you didn't get nothing out of this one, okay, guys? It's just so slow. It doesn't really go anywhere by the end of this one. It's no substance by the end. It's basically like these two people are going on some kind of like road trip or something and are getting work in this like desolate town, like a rural area for some reason. I don't know why they're really needing to stop there and work there for so long. That's not even really explained that well. We basically got these two ladies, and of course they start getting freaking, you know, I guess targeted and harassed, unfortunately, by people in this rural community, and so it's like kind of icky too, and just gross feeling, type of movie. You don't really want to watch this one for entertainment value, but it doesn't go really anywhere by the end. Unfortunately, so it's just like feels like a long movie, and I'm just like, really, this is a one and done. Would have been fine with a rant on this one, if anything, to preview it, but I don't need to go back for this one for any entertainment value at all. So yeah, yeah, not the movie for me. It's like drama for drama's sakes, but not entertainment drama. Okay. All right, next up. We got Unsung Hero. Now, this is one I debated putting into this pile here, but I thought, you know what? This pile is really about being, like one and dones. Like, this is a decent one and done if you're into kind of, faith based inspirational type of movies based on like a famous, like kind of like faith uh, band, artist, singer. And you know what? It has value there to learn about these real people. But other than that, uh, I don't need to rewatch it multiple times. I mean, there's good music in there. Once again, if you're into like Christian rock and all that, so I'm not gonna, be too hard on this movie or anything like that. Like, I'm glad this movie is there. But once again, it's like a one-time watch for me. There's even some other movies, kind of in this genre, this subgenre that I do prefer over this one to rewatch multiple times. So yeah, this one to me is just, it's fine. It is what it is, but one and done. I'm good with it. So cool to learn about kind of this family though. So now that was one that was tough to put on this list, but yeah, had to put, Blu-rays I don't really need on the shelf personally. Next up, we're gonna have a Grave of the Fireflies, and this is a Studio Ghibli title. This one is very dramatic. It's less fantastical than most of their titles. It's much more grounded. It's kind of, after I guess the attacks on Japan and whatnot, and like the fallout of that, and basically these kind of two orphans, believe brothers, right, trying to just get by, right, and obviously they're starving and things like that. Nowhere really for them to turn. So very heart wrenching, very dramatic ending. Of course, just it's not a happy ending. And I usually like movies that end a little bit happier, a little bit more kind of pizzazz, like where, okay, you went through this long, tough journey, but then there was a turnaround by the end. You don't really get that. That's drama, 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 all the way from start to finish. And it's just not going to put you in a good mood. So I don't need to rewatch this one multiple times. It's an important movie. There is value here to once again, see how it was from different perspectives, and just how war impacts, places and all that. Like, there's value there for sure, but in terms of entertainment, do I need this on the shelf to rewatch it multiple times? Probably not. I think I'm good on the one-time watch there. So, but good animation, Studio Ghibli, so they did an amazing job. But yeah, next up, we're going to have Kandahar, which Gerard Butler right here. Okay, basically kind of like a war operations, kind of mission, military type of movie. It's fine. It's okay. It's mediocre. It's not terrible, it's not great, it's just kind of in the middle there. So it's not a war operation movie where I'm like, hey, you know what, I want to watch this one again. Definitely towards the bottom of the pile. Like there's nothing overly exciting in it, nothing that I super remember where I'm like, that stands out for a movie. It's just one and done. Once again, like I said, a lot of these titles I have in the pile aren't awful, aren't terrible. Like they're all watchable and maybe have something to them, but not, that next level where I want to keep watching them. So I don't think it needs to take up shelf space. So for me personally, just, one and done on that one. I'm good. Probably shouldn't have bought the Blu-ray. Next up, one that's definitely one of my favorite kind of subgenres, boxing movie here. We got a Underdog, and not every boxing movie is the same, right? I love Rocky movies. I was on a Rocky hype. I went and I'm like, no, let me get some more boxing movies. I'm like, hey, this one looks pretty cheap. I'll buy this one, give it a try. And I'm like, oh yeah, just because you're a boxing movie doesn't mean you're on the level of the Rocky movies. So this one, once again, is okay. It's mediocre. It's fun for a one-time watch, but I don't really need to see this one again. I mean, kind of changes up the genre with it being a lady boxer, but even with that kind of change up, there's other movies that do that better. Like you can get Girl Fight from the Criterion Collection with Michelle Rodriguez. I think that one's better done than this movie. So this is definitely a throwaway boxing movie, just trying to cash in on the boxing craze. And yeah, like I said, I don't need this Blu-ray taking up my space in my sports collection. Yeah, one and done. I'm good. I shouldn't have bought that Blu-ray. Next up, we're gonna have Plus One. This was a Dollar Tree special, guys. Wow. You even got a Quaid in there. I see. Okay. I'm like, okay, this could be pretty good, right? No, 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 no. Just totally forgettable. Think of the most kind of like generic rom-com you could put together, and that's what you have. It's not super hilarious or anything like that. It's not like super like romantic where you remember any, exciting scenes and you're like, oh man, my heart, it feels so good. No, no, nothing, nothing. Once again, average, very mediocre, one and done. You know why it was on, a Dollar Tree sale. But yeah, I'm not gonna go back and rewatch this one. Better rom-coms out there, tons of better rom-coms out there. So don't need this one, unfortunately, in the collection. But there you go, guys. Those are just, 10 Blu-rays I picked out that I'm like, you know what? I should have picked them up on Blu-ray physical media because I'm not going to rewatch them a whole lot of times for entertainment value sakes. One and done would have been fine. So what's your guys' list down below? What are those Blu-ray purchases where you thought, hey, you know what? I don't really need to own this one in the collection. Let's have those fun film discussions down below. Let's share with each other. Hit the likes on each other's comments, of course. And then, of course, if you haven't already, Mega Blockbuster, that like and subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you're alerted when a new physical media ranking video posts. Of course, most importantly, have a great day watching and talking your movies, my friends. And of course, you'll love this physical media topic. Just go ahead and Mega Blockbuster the next video right now. And thank you so much, my Mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.